Often when you're creating a spreadsheet, you'll have a column or group of columns containing data that just doesn't fit into a normal size cell. You could adjust the size of the cell to be longer, allowing your text to fit, but this often leaves you with data that scrolls off the screen or makes your chart labels way too big. Or you need to use your spreadsheet in another program, and because you size the text larger, it just won't fit onto one page. So how do you wrap text in a cell? Like many things in Excel, there are several ways you can make the text in a cell wrap around inside of the cell. You could wrap text in a cell by clicking on the Wrap Text button in the Alignment group from the Home tab, or you could use the Format Cells button to wrap text in a cell. Let's look at a few different ways we can wrap text in a header cell. So if you look on our spreadsheet, you'll see that the header in column C just is too large to fit. Now I could double click it and expand it, but then it'll be just out of proportion with everything else. So what we want to do is we want to wrap this text. Now the easiest way, I can come up here on my Home tab and just hit Wrap Text. And you'll see that it made it into 5 lines. I don't like how this looks because each word was a different line and it actually didn't include the G in the wrapping. So let's do that first. We'll resize this. You may have to resize the cells to look better. It's all up to you. I want to resize this. I want it to only be 2 rows of data instead of the 4 or 5 it has. So I'm just going to, hold down my mouse button here, and I'm just going to push it up. And that looks a little better, but not great. And then I'm going to have to make it just a little better. There we go. Now we're in the 2, and that looks good to me. And you may have to play with this a little while to get it done, but it looks good. Now, let's try another way to do this. So I'm going to reverse these by hitting Control-Z a few times. And we'll just reverse everything I did. And now we're back to how we started. So this time, we're going to go through and we're going to use another method. So I'm back on my Home tab. What I'm going to do is come over here to Format. Hit the Format. And down at the bottom, it says Format Cells. Let's hit the Format Cells. Now, because I'm doing alignment, we'll make sure we're on the Alignment tab. And now I have another button right here. And we hit OK. And it did the exact same thing as the little wrap text here. Because I didn't really change anything the way I wanted to do it, it did it all the same. So we'll have to go through the same exercise here. We're going to make it a little smaller. We're going to make this a little bigger. And there we go. Now that's the way I like it. So that's the second way to do it. So let's do it one more time. We're going to do Control-Z, undo all of our changes. Now we're back here. And we can actually use just Control-1. Control-1 brings up the Format Cells box. So that's just hold down your Control button and hit your 1 button. And now we're back to where we can do the wrap text again. Like I said, there are often multiple ways to do things in Excel. You just have to figure out which way is more comfortable for you. Some people use all the keyboard shortcuts and they say, hey, it makes your work go faster. Some of us just are used to where things are on the ribbon button and we can go to them really fast and it doesn't affect our speed. Get used to doing what you want to do. Try the hotkeys to Control-1. If that makes sense to you, then use it. Otherwise, try the wrap text box. Or if you want to do something else as well, then get used to going to this Format Cells box.